guys, it's Hope and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a custom clipboard with epoxy, vinyl, and some glitter. We're just going to make this nice and cute and decorative and just decorate it and make it not so boring. So, it's been a hot minute since we posted a YouTube video, but we had a lot of big changes come to Hopefully Created. We are now a vinyl supplier, so we are now printing in-house our own vinyl sheets, pen wraps, decals, and supplying them to other crafters. So that's why we kind of had to take a break for a little bit and kind of focus on that. But since that's up and running for a good almost year now, we've decided to get back to our YouTube channel and show it some love. So here we are. So I'm just going to be scuffing up the edges of the acrylic clipboard. I did find these in a bulk pack on Amazon. I'll have them linked below. You're just going to want to make sure you scuff the whole backing of the clipboard, especially the edges, so that you can make sure that your epoxy, your glitter, all your mediums adhere well. So once you're done sanding the back of the clipboard, you're just going to take some paper towels and some alcohol, or you can wash it off with some soap and water, and you're going to want to clean off all the sanding dust off of the back of the clipboard. You want to make sure your surface is nice and clean to get ready for all the fun glitter. Okay, so I apologize for the change of scenery, but we are now in the garage where I do all of my epoxy work, so I'm sorry if the lighting is not the best, but I am a little sensitive to epoxy, so I have to work in a really ventilated area, well ventilated area, and that for me is the garage because I can open up the door and I'm practically outside. So here I am. I am now going to be adding my glitter. There are several ways to add the glitter to your clipboard, but I am going to be mixing it into my epoxy. So I'm going to be using Lavish from Chase Ray. She has the most beautiful pastel collection, actually just beautiful glitters in general, and you can use my code HOPE15 to save. I do earn a commission, so I do thank you for using the code. You're going to be using 1 ounce, is that 1 ounce? I think, yeah, 1 ounce, equal parts of B&A, so 1 ounce and 1 ounce. And then you're just going to go ahead and mix that up until it's clear and you don't see any ribbons. The reason why I like to mix my glitter into the epoxy and apply it that way is because I find that I will only need 1 coat. It cures completely smooth and leveled, and I don't have to do any sanding or anything like that, and then I can just go ahead and adhere my vinyl. Now you can use, glitter glue, Mod Podge, the epoxy method, whatever way you choose, but you are going to have to do a couple layers until your glitter is, completely smooth and you have a smooth surface. So I just find this way to be faster, work smarter, not harder, and I just like to get things done quick. So here I am mixing up my epoxy until it's crystal clear, and I'll just go ahead and speed up this part because I know you don't want to see me mix epoxy, like how boring. So while I'm mixing, I'm just going to take a chance to tell you that, like I said earlier, we are now a vinyl supplier. So on our website, we offer 12 by 12 patterned vinyl sheets, pen wraps, decals, tumbler wraps, and we'll now be adding UV DTFs. And so it's really exciting. You can join our Facebook group, Hopefully Created's Crafty Friends. I'll put it here, or I'll put it at the end of the video. And that will give you access to all of our VIP files, which are special files, if you know what I mean. And then you will need a password that can be found in the group to then enter on the website, and then it'll give you access to see everything we have. So go ahead, check it out. You can use code HOPE10 to save on our website on your order, and see if you find some vinyl, pen wraps, whatever you want for your projects. You're guaranteed to find something you like because we have over 1,000 designs. So it's really awesome. We are so grateful for this opportunity, and we just love this new venture we're on. Okay, so now back to the clipboard. So since my epoxy is already mixed, I'm going to go ahead and add a good generous amount of glitter. Because I mix my glitter into my epoxy, I don't want to put too much because I don't want my epoxy to be like too thick and then I can't spread it. And I really find that the 2 ounces is like more than enough. So here I am mixing it, making sure it's all nice and, mixed. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and apply it to the whole backing of the clipboard. So obviously make sure you put gloves on. I definitely put gloves. But yeah, you're gonna just go ahead, spread it. I find it easier to spread out with a gloved hand. I know some people use silicone spatulas or whatever the case may be. Whatever works for you, do your thing. So pour it all around the back and then just spread evenly. And make sure you get the edges of the clipboard really well. You do not want to miss those parts. As you can see here, I literally used every last bit. So that's why I say it is just enough to do the whole backing of the clipboard. So here I am. I'm just going to go ahead and start spreading and making sure that it's distributed as evenly as possible all around the clipboard and all the way to the edges. Now, as you can see, like as I'm spreading it, it definitely becomes a little more translucent. So if you do want your glitter to be bolder, then you could always use more epoxy and more glitter into your mix. I just tend to like this translucent mix because once I add the vinyl and the pinstriping, you'll see how it all comes together. But you can always add more glitter, more epoxy, whatever you need to adjust it to how you like. It's also a pastel color, so it's gonna be a little lighter. But as you see, I'm making sure that I'm getting the edges really good. So I cannot stress to you guys, make sure you get the edges, okay? Keep checking, and once you think you've checked enough, check again. Okay, so I've let my clipboard sit for about 5 minutes, and I love the Glitter Guys epoxy because you let that baby sit for 5 minutes, and all the bubbles rise to the top. And then you're just gonna take your torch and just blow those bubbles away. And as you can see, you can literally see the bubbles leaving. Like it's just, I've never worked with an epoxy as easy as the Glitter Guys epoxy. Now I know that people, I think it just really depends on your environment, but I will tell you that the Glitter Guys epoxy works really well in the Florida humidity, hot as heck garage. Okay, so just gonna torch it, make sure all the bubbles are gone, and then you're just gonna let it sit and cure, and then the next step will be putting our vinyl on. But before we go, let's just admire the shine of the Glitter Guy epoxy. Beautiful. I'm not worried. There is a little couple like divots, but we're gonna go ahead and cover that up anyway, so it still needs another coat of epoxy, so we'll be good to go. So here we are. We're now have a fully cured clipboard, and we're gonna go ahead and apply our vinyl, our stripes, and we're gonna be using the Mouse Snacks vinyl from our website. Like I said, you can use code HOPE10 to save off of your order. You do need the password to access this vinyl. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut it diagonally. You can do however you want to lay the vinyl. I just like to do it this way, but for the purpose of this video, but I have done it many other ways as well, whatever you prefer. But I'm going to go ahead and cut the vinyl diagonally across and start applying it to my tumbler. Just kidding, not a tumbler, clipboard. I don't know why I keep things as a tumbler. This is how you know I've been away from YouTube for a while. So here I am, just kind of placing where I want it, and I swear by this tool, and I'm not just saying it because we sell it. I've literally bought this tool before I sold it. A 10-inch squeegee. They are literally the best for applying full vinyl wraps, half wraps, vinyl to your clipboards, whatever you want. This squeegee literally allows no bubbles. No bubbles allowed. No air bubbles, no nothing. So that it gives your vinyl just a perfect application. So those can also be found on the website. They are freaking amazing. I cannot stress enough how good they are. So I'm going to just be cutting off a little piece of the vinyl and kind of doing the hinge method to apply the vinyl onto my clipboard with the squeegee. And you'll see that as I lift up a little bit, well, I take the squeegee and I push, and it allows the backing to come off of the back, and it just allows very little room for any bubble to try to make its way in there. So, like I said, swear by this tool. It's freaking amazing. Go get you one. So, squeegeeing the vinyl all the way to the end of the clipboard, and then I'm going to just go ahead, fold all the edges around the edge of the clipboard, and then take my X-Acto knife and trim them off. Okay, so once I cut off the excess, I am now going to use this pearl pink vinyl that I got, I think, from Tech Wrap. And I'm just going to go ahead and just do a vinyl strip along where the edge of the vinyl meets the glitter. Okay, so here I am in Cricut Design Space. I don't have like any washi tape or anything like that, so I'm just going to be cutting out my own vinyl lines. I'm going to be making them 11.4, I think I put, oh, whatever, like 11.4 something by 1.25. That's how thick I want the lines, 0.125. So I know that's not going to be enough to go across my clipboard, but I couldn't find my 12 by 20 format, so I ended up just making 2 lines, and I'll just have them meet together. So we're going to go ahead and just apply them right where the vinyl ends and it's meeting the glitter. And it's going to be short, but I'm just going to go ahead and then just tag along another little vinyl line, and you won't even be able to tell the difference. So here I am applying the vinyl strip and making sure it's adhered really well. Then I'm going to go ahead and add the second one and then just trim off the excess vinyl strip. Okay, so here she is, nice and finished and ready for her final coat of epoxy. I do suggest before doing your final coat of epoxy, spraying it with some clear spray paint just to avoid any, fish eyes or anything like that from handling the vinyl, the clipboard. It's just always unlucky when you say it's the final coat. So I just find doing a coat of clear spray really helps. So for my final coat, I do 30 mLs of epoxy. So I'll do 15 of part A and 15 of part B. And for my final coat, I like to add a little bit of glitter additive into my epoxy to give it the vinyl like an extra little shimmer sparkle. So that's what I'll be adding into my epoxy. So make sure your epoxy's mixed really well, completely clear, no ribbons. And then I tend to add the additive once my epoxy is already mixed, just so I don't compromise knowing whether it's been thoroughly mixed or not. So we're going to be using Pixie, which is the epoxy additive from Chase Ray. She has a couple and they're all beautiful. I could not pick a favorite. So just add a little bit into your epoxy. You don't need too much. And then you're just going to make sure that's mixed in well. And then go ahead and start applying your final coat of epoxy. Fingers crossed. So here I am scraping every last bit of the 30 milliliters of epoxy to make sure 30 milliliters is more than enough. You could, I don't know, just do 30. Don't do 25. I feel like that's too little. Do 30. Better to have a little more than not enough. So I don't think I mentioned this before, but I like to prop my clipboard on some type of surface, like not directly on the table because I feel like that's messier that way. I've propped it on a box of gloves. This is like a little white basket for like pens and stuff. Whatever you can find, just like anything that'll support the clipboard higher than the table level to allow, like, just in case you have some like epoxy dripping, that it doesn't, like, you don't want your clipboard to get stuck to the table, or you know what I mean. So I do that so that if I have epoxy that does seep over to the front of the clipboard, I just take a wipey, like a baby wipe, and just wipe the front, and then we're good to go. So make sure you just spread your epoxy evenly all around the clipboard, and like I said, make sure you get those edges well. You do not want to forget the edges, and once you feel like you've spread it enough, then just go ahead and torch it and say a prayer that it'll be your final coat. All right, guys, so here is the final product. It came out super cute. I'm doing a close-up so you can see the epoxy additive. It just gives it that cute little subtle sparkle on top of the vinyl. So I think that the colors, the vinyl, the glitter, everything just tied in perfectly. These are like one of my new favorite things to make, and I just think that they make the perfect gift, or even for yourself. But you can give them to teachers, nurses, anybody in office work. They're just so functional, and honestly, the possibilities are endless. Who wouldn't love a custom clipboard? So don't forget to go ahead and check out our website. We have over 1,000 designs of vinyl to choose from that you can match up with your favorite glitter and create something beautiful. So thanks for watching. I truly appreciate it. Thanks for sticking with me even though I've been MIA for so long, but I promise that we are making a comeback on YouTube. So thanks for sticking around. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. And don't forget to check out our Facebook group. We have monthly challenges, special discount codes, Facebook exclusive sales, and the best part is just a really awesome community of crafters coming together and sharing their work, bouncing ideas off one another, and just having a good time. So all the items used will be in the description. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you later.